Hello everyone, my name is Dee. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome back if you have been here before. Today we are going to be doing a very quick, what are their current thoughts, what is on their mind in regard to you and in regard to the connection, what are their feelings, their intentions, really whatever comes through in regard to what it is that they are thinking about you. As always, this is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. If it does not resonate with you, then it is not meant for you. With all of that said, we have pile 1 with the blue goldstone. We have pile 2 with smoky quartz. And we have pile 3 with snowflake obsidian. Hello, pile 1, my blue goldstone pile. Let's take a look at your person's current thoughts. What is it that they have on their mind in regards to you and the connection itself? Okay, what is going on with them? Pile 1, let's see. What is on your person's mind? What are they thinking of you? We've got the 4 of Wands, so we're off to a good start. Let's see if it stays that way. The High Priestess. Ten of Cups, okay. And we have, what are you? The Well. So this is a very beautiful little reading that we have here today. We've got the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands to me is going to bring up stability and security. So one thing immediately that I get from this is basically your person feels very comfortable around you. This person definitely, I would say, feels like or looks at you as their safe space. Okay, this person feels very comfortable with and around you. I feel like for many of us, this is perhaps describing a more so established connection. I feel like the 4 of Wands and the 10 of Cups are definitely going to indicate that this person looks at you as marriage material. I feel like with that 4 of Wands, especially, there's already a strong, stable foundation between the two of you. I would say that the both of you, or like the ranges that this connection could be, is that this is somebody that you either are dating or casually dating or are even in a relationship with. This person, at the end of the day, even if it's something that's very new and fresh, let's say, this person can see that the two of you have a future together, or this person feels like the two of you do. I feel like even with that High Priestess card, at times the High Priestess coming through with intuition, with divine guidance, this person feels maybe very, like, let's say, guided toward you, or this person feels very, I'm going to use the word, drawn to you. I also feel like the High Priestess is going to bring up desirability. With that said, this person finds you to be highly desirable. I feel like in that regard, especially for newer connections, this person and you might have gotten, like, it seems like the two of you got off to a very good start with one another in the sense that both of you were taking this seriously from the beginning. I feel like in that regard, what this is giving is that you and this person were both looking for or seeking a romantic relationship or a committed relationship. And that seems to be where the two of you are heading, especially, again, if this is newer or fresher and that you and this person have just begun dating sort of thing. I feel like with the 4 of Wands leading into the High Priestess, it's almost like this instance of, and of course, this might not resonate for everybody, but I do feel like for some of us, it could be like we have taken time to get to know one another and taken time to establish a relationship. Even like we've taken time to establish the foundation of this connection. The High Priestess at times for me will more so bring up something like sex, like sexual desire, finding somebody to be very attractive, physically attractive. So it's almost like the two of you, let's say, focused on getting to know one another, getting to focus on maybe building a friendship with one another, focused on really laying the foundation of this connection before you moved forward toward, or maybe even for some of us, we haven't even moved forward toward physical intimacy yet. You know, to me, it really feels like the two of you have built a stable foundation of a friendship, a stable foundation of the beginning of a romantic relationship, but maybe physical intimacy has not been explored yet, although I feel like if it has not been, it will be explored very, very soon into the near future between you and this person. Now we move forward to the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is again indicating this person sees a very serious, committed relationship between the both of you. Again, just going back to the intuition of the High Priestess, I feel like this person feels like, it's almost like this person has all of these like intuitive hunches or nudges based on you being their person. So when they're envisioning or they're seeing this future for the both of you, it's something that they truly believe in and something that they truly see the two of you moving forward toward. I feel like there's a distinction there because usually I would say I do their current thoughts quite often on this channel because it seems to be something that people want to see. Due to that, a lot of times what will come out is somebody is looking at a connection very idealistically. To me, this doesn't feel like idealism. This feels like this person feels like they're drawn to you and knows that they're drawn to you because they genuinely feel and believe that you are their person. You know, they genuinely believe that there's a long-term committed relationship between the both of you that's budding and going to continue forward into the future. They genuinely look at you as somebody who they feel and believe that they are going to marry or start a family with, etc. This person, they're not idealistic. They truly, fully believe that this is what is happening here. And I feel like based on the cards that are here, this is someone who's been very open and honest with you about their intentions. And with that said, their intentions when it comes to this connection are incredibly pure. Okay, this person, really took the time to get to know you. This person is really taking the time to try to build that foundation of the relationship with you. So even when it comes to like, if you threw this on maybe just to see if your person was really being serious about the words that are coming out of their mouth, they are 110% being serious about what they are saying. They really do see a future with you. They really want to move this connection forward. They feel very deeply connected to you. I love the Well card because the Well card to me really indicates that a connection is, much, much, much deeper than, let's say, other connections comparatively. Like there's been very deep conversations. There's been conversations about the future you guys want. There's been conversations about the feelings that you have and the attraction that you have toward one another. I feel like you and this person are moving forward toward a much more so romantic / committed relationship with one another. I feel like, again, there's already been open and honest conversations that the two of you have had. I feel like the two of you are highly compatible and relate to one another on so many different levels. All in all, it does seem as though this connection is moving forward in the absolute right direction. And I feel like this person, they want this, they see this with you, is one of the strongest things that's coming through here. Like a lot of what they're saying too, because even with that, for some of us, especially if this is a newer connection, like a newer relationship that's beginning to blossom and bloom, I feel like some of the things that this person says to you, you might not take too seriously. Like you might feel like, okay, they're just kind of talking out of their ass. But I will say, I don't feel like they're talking out of their ass. I feel like they are genuinely feeling like this is what is in your guys' future. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so now let's get a couple of oracle cards out here. Let's see if there's anything else in regard to what pile one's person is thinking about them. Okay, we have expectations, confirming you want the same things. Okay, so again, I feel like this expectations card is kind of going off of something that I sort of just said. That the two of you both want the same things. You're highly compatible on so many different levels. Okay. I feel like when it comes to that prioritize the relationship, this person is like, let's say, leaps and bounds trying to prioritize you and prioritize the relationship and the connection. I feel like when it comes to confirming the both of you want the same things, yeah, maybe there's a need to have, of course, more conversations regarding everything. But it feels like to me the two of you both want, or we're both looking for a committed relationship. The both of you found that in one another. I feel like when it comes to certain things that you want to be compatible about with a life partner, the two of you have confirmed that the two of you want the same things in life. And I feel like that's why this person has such a clear view or clear vision of what they feel like the future between the both of you is going to be. I also feel like that's why, even on the same time, you also have such a clear vision at times of what the future of this connection could be, because you two have actually spoken about it. It's not like there's a lot that's being like left unsaid here. We have the card Love Call. Love Call, someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. I feel like all of that is highly possible, and there's a lot of potential for that within this connection. Okay, I feel like even with the someone expresses love, okay, maybe the two of you haven't said I love you yet, but I feel like there is a lot of love, or there's a lot of let's say the two of you are heading toward that road, like heading toward the love road. But I feel like also when it just comes to this person, they are very expressive about the way that they are feeling. And I feel like for you at times, let's say, or maybe for some of us, again, take what resonates, leave the rest. If it doesn't resonate with you, you could throw it out. But I do feel like for some of us, this relationship or this connection almost feels somewhat uncomfortable for us, because we're not used to somebody expressing how they feel. We're not used to somebody thinking of us and letting us know. We're not used to somebody envisioning the same exact things that we want in life. And in that way, and in a lot of ways, it seems like this connection is truly, let's say, a perfect match. Like things are going very well in this connection. And it does feel to me at times, and even for you maybe, that this connection can feel like almost like once in a lifetime, love of my life type of territory. And I feel like that's because there's high potential of it being that way. The last card to jump out is the butterfly, relationship evolving to the next phase. This also has healing the inner child and growth, but mainly like the two of you have the capability of learning together and growing together throughout time. This relationship is going to evolve to the next phase, and then the next phase after that, and then the next phase after that. And I feel like that's because the two of you are highly compatible. The two of you are very attracted to one another. There's physical intimacy and emotional intimacy that is quite strong within this connection. And for some of us, of course, that physical intimacy is going to catch up, because it seems like there's been a lot of emotional intimacy and a lot of foundation built when it comes to this connection. But it seems very much so to me that you and this person both want the same exact things. And it seems as though the two of you have really, truly met your match. I hope that makes sense. And I really hope that this does resonate for some of us who are listening to it. Thank you so much for allowing me to do such a lovely little reading here. And I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Hello, pile 2, my smoky quartz pile. Let's take a look at your person's current thoughts. What is on their mind when it comes to you and when it comes to the connection that you share with them. Okay, pile 2, let's see. What are your person's current thoughts about you? Let's see what is on their mind when it comes to you and when it comes to the connection. We've got the Ace of Swords, Temperance, the Two of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. So here, I would say that this person, and then Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I would say when it comes to this person, it's kind of like they're struggling to open up, or they're struggling to give you clarity about the connection itself. So that could be something that's rather frustrating on your end. I feel like at times This person feels very frustrated with themselves even. And overall, it just seems as though everybody's a wee bit frustrated in this situation with that Two of Swords and Nine of Wands. The Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck for me, maybe I'll bring him out. Let me place him right there. But that Knight of Cups at the beginning of the deck for me, I won't say what I wanted to say. But we have Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords to me, it's going to bring up clarity. It's going to bring up communication. It's going to bring up also, let's just say, in a sense, this person is interested in you. Since the Knight of Cups is at the bottom of the deck, of course, I would then say that this person is perhaps romantically interested in you. But that Ace is definitely going to bring up that there's interest, let's say, that this person has in you. Interest in you? Yes, interest in you. The Temperance card to me will also take a more so romantic route when it comes to this, because Temperance to me, it's indicating this person feels very... I want to say the word zen. Like, this person feels very zen when they're around you. This person feels very comfortable and confident in themselves. You and this person, and this is something that I feel like at times is like almost a common issue, where the two of you do have deeper conversations with one another, but at times it almost seems like it's not about what matters. So there's this chemistry and even, let's say, this tension that builds up between the both of you, but it almost seems like there's a stalemate when it comes to who's going to confess their feelings first. It's almost a stalemate when it comes to who's going to show the other person that there is romantic interest here first. And I feel like that could be something that's on their mind. Like, this person with this Two of Swords and the Nine of Wands, almost as though they feel very stuck. Like they're not really expressing how it is that they feel about you. But when it comes to that Temperance card and the comfort and the calm that you evoke in them, or that they get when they're like with you or around you, it's, to me, that would be an indicator that the two of you have had deeper conversations. It's not like you two are just, oh, hi, goodbye, how are you, sort of conversations with one another. The two of you are or could be somewhat close with one another and have had, are on a more so, let's say, of a friendship level with one another. And I feel like in that case, it's like, yes, this person's interested in you. And yes, with that Ace of Swords also bringing clarity, this person wants to give you clarity about the way that they are feeling about you. And I feel like that's because with the Temperance card, there has been, and I'm going to say tension, but it's almost like tension in a good way. And at times, yes, it's sexual tension. But at times, it's like the two of you are picking up on that there's attraction and that there's interest here, but perhaps neither one of you are really doing anything about it. Now, when it comes to the Two of Swords and something that could be concerning here, as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. If this does resonate with you, it's something that you would be aware of. So if it doesn't make sense to you, then it's truly not meant for you, pile 2. The Two of Swords, at times, it can indicate having to make a difficult decision between one thing or another. What I feel like this situation could be for some of us is maybe you or this person are in a relationship, but you feel very drawn to one another. There's attraction toward one another. There's chemistry with one another. There's interest in. There's this feeling of calm and feeling very balanced. Maybe even the both of you, regardless of who's in the relationship, or maybe both of you are in relationships, the two of you are able to have conversations with one another and give perspective to one another about things that you may not necessarily feel like you could talk about or open up about with your partner, prospective partners. So that could also be something that's going on here. You or this person being in a relationship, you and this person being close to one another, having had these deeper conversations, having had this interest in one another and attraction and chemistry and sexual tension. And again, this like good sort of hot tension. I don't really know how to describe it, but with one another. But the two of you might already be in another relationship. or one of you might already be in another relationship, and that could be something, obviously, that's acting as a major block. Now, if that, again, pile 2 does not resonate with you and your situation at all, this 2 of Swords could be referencing that this person is just simply too anxious or too closed off to open up to you or to express to you that they see something more within this connection. That 9 of Wands would also bring up that at times this person has a tendency to be quite guarded. Okay, so there's this massive guard, let's say, that this person might have up at times, or there's a physical block like another person that at times could be taking place and having an effect on the connection between you both. Okay? And there's feelings on both sides. There's attraction on both sides. There's interest. There's this want or this yearning for it to be or to turn into something more. But whether it's someone else or it's the guard that this person has up, it's been very difficult to break through it. I hope that one way or another, this makes sense or resonates with you, pile 2. Let's get some oracle cards out here for anything else that could perhaps be on this person's mind. We have Boat, and the Boat card does bring up moving on. Okay, so it brings up moving on, receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. And I do feel like when it comes to this person, whether it's another person or whether it's the guard that they have up, you are almost you're being encouraged to move on from this connection. Okay? In some way, shape, or form. Because I honestly feel like instead of this being like receiving what you need, I feel like you on a personal level are not going to receive what it is that you want, need, deserve, and desire when it comes to this connection. You know, like this person is not going to be able to prioritize or show up for you or be who it is that, again, you would want, need, deserve, and desire in your romantic life. It just seems like, again, they're either in a relationship or you are, or their guard is so high that it's very difficult for you to break through it, if that makes sense. Okay, we have taking a break. And I feel like that's not taking a break card. So it even says on it center or meditate. So not necessarily a breakup, but take time apart. Allow for new perspective, center/meditate. And I was going to say, like, I do feel like when it comes to this connection, there's perhaps a huge need for you to shelve it for now. Because, like, yeah, there's tension and there's deeper conversations. And this person wants to give you clarity and they're interested in you. But they're also incredibly guarded. You're frustrated. It seems like they're frustrated, as I said before. And it's like as badly as this person wants to make a move, they're hesitant to do so to the point where they might not do so. And as I always say, when we're waiting around for somebody in our love life, we are causing a disservice to ourselves because we are missing out on other meaningful experiences in love and in life. And I feel like when it comes to this connection, it would be best for you to take some time to really think about if this is something that you yourself want to continue pursuing. And as I've been saying recently in my past previous couple videos, don't come cussing at me in the comments. If this does not resonate with you, it takes a whole lot less energy to click away from it and move on with your day. But when it comes to this connection, there's almost a need for you to move on. Or if you don't feel comfortable completely moving on from this connection, take a break from it and begin to truly think about if this is something that you still want to pursue. Because what I get from this, between moving on with, like, from the receiving what you need on the Boat card and the moving on message on it, is when it comes to this person, your own fulfillment level in a relationship or within your love life will not be met. You know, like, you won't be satisfied. You won't be fulfilled by it. And I feel like for some of us, you could be listening to this and being like, you're completely wrong. And that's okay. But I also feel like we might be a little bit blinded by the chemistry or the attraction that exists between the two of us. Okay, so there's that. There was something else that I wanted to say, but I completely forgot. I just feel like this connection at the end of the day, let's say, is not worth your time. And if you were to take a step back from it and you were to think about it, if you were to center and meditate, if you allowed yourself some time for new perspective when it comes to this connection in particular, I feel like you would come to the conclusion that it would be more worth your time to begin to walk away from it than it would be to continue waiting. I hope that that makes sense. Let's try to get one more card, and we have the meditate card. Okay, meditate daily, follow your intuition, find your inner peace and balance alone or with partner. And I feel like, again, this brings me back to that center/meditate, that allow for new perspective. This meditate card is mainly bringing me, it's time for you to maybe focus or place the focus back onto yourself and back into exactly what it is that you truly want, need, deserve, and desire in order to feel fulfilled within your own love life. And that might be something that allows for you to begin to recognize that it's time to move on or walk away from this connection, especially if things are not changing and if things have not changed within this connection for a long time. I hope that that makes sense for some of us, and I hope that this gave some people some insight or some clarity into what is taking place within their connection. Thank you so much, Pile 2, for allowing me to read for you today, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Hello, Pile 3, my snowflake obsidian pile. Let's get right into it. Let's see what your person's current thoughts are about you and about the connection that you share with them. Okay, Pile 3, let's see what is on your person's mind when it comes to you and when it comes to the connection. We have the Two of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Knight of Swords. So right away, the first thing that I get from this is almost like this person wants to show up more. So hopefully that resonates for some of us. You know, this feels very new, very fresh. We've got the Two of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Six of Wands jumping out. Let me see what's on the bottom. And we've got the Knight of Wands on the bottom of the deck. I will just simply place him right there. With that said, I feel like the Two of Pentacles can indicate that this person at times is very busy. Okay, this person places a huge focus on their career, maybe has other responsibilities in their life, maybe they have like family responsibility, children, etc., whatever the case might be. So when it comes to the Chariot and the Knight of Swords, the first thing I got from that was them wanting to show up more. The Chariot, in essence, is about overcoming obstacles and challenges that lay in a person's way. And I feel like one of the biggest obstacles or challenges that could be occurring within this connection is at times there might be a lack of prioritization toward you or toward the connection. And I feel like that's because of everything else that this person has on their plate. And I do feel like they're busy. Like when this person, that's another thing too, sometimes like that'll come up in readings. When this person says that they are busy, they are busy. You know, when this person says that they're working, they are working. And for you, that might be like, it might seem like it's a bit much, but with them, it's true. And I feel like they recognize, again, one of the biggest issues perhaps taking place right now in this connection is at times their lack of time to prioritize you or to prioritize the connection. And that's something with the Chariot that they are actively working on changing or rectifying. Okay, so I do feel like that is good news. We have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, to me, at times it can indicate rushing in. For me, more so, it's playing off of the Chariot in this sense of this person wanting to show up more. I feel more like this person knows that at times they have not been able to devote the time, effort, and energy that they would like to in the connection. And when it comes off of that Chariot card, it's more so about this person wanting to show up. I more so get from it that the two of you have a lot of fun together when you do get to see each other, but the two of you might not be able to spend a lot of time together. And again, that seems to be something that this person is trying to fix, that this person is trying to rectify. This person wants to be able to devote more of their time, effort, and energy to the connection. You know, like the two of you, especially with that Ace of Wands and the King of Wands, and again, even the Six of Wands. To me, it's like the two of you might do things together. Like the two of you might go to a concert together. The two of you might go enjoy a nice date night together. But the two of you are not together all of the time. And for some of us, we might like that. For some of us, we might not be opposed to that. But to me, that's almost what this is highlighting. And aside from that, this person does want to try to prioritize this connection a lot more. And I feel like the way in which this person already prioritizes, but the way they're going to prioritize the connection a lot more, is by having more of these experiences with you. Because at the same time, they're trying to rectify things, but they are still very busy, or work still takes up a large part of their life. Or maybe, again, it's family responsibility or children that they also have to devote their time, effort, and energy to. And they try to do things with you. It's almost like, to me, like they try to make things memorable when the two of you are able to spend time together. What I get from that is, again, date nights or events that the two of you might go to for a date that are genuinely memorable, and they are a great time, and the two of you have a lot of fun, and there's a lot of excitement and chemistry and like romance sparking between the two of you. But at times for you, I feel like, and even for them, it feels like this connection, it hasn't been able to, or isn't able to, go to that next level yet, because of the lack of time, effort, and energy that at times has been able to be put into the connection. So I hope that that makes sense in some way. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest. If it doesn't resonate with you, then it is not meant for you. But I do feel like, again, one of the biggest challenges that the two of you have with one another is being able to prioritize the connection. Your person wants to fix this and is trying to, but might not have been able to exactly fix it all 1000% at this point in time. Due to that, it seems like this person is continuously trying to make new memories with you, have new experiences with you, spend the amount of time that they're able to spend with you. But they still are recognizing that it's not enough, and they want to change that. And I feel like the way that they remedy it or put a Band-Aid on it at times now is by continuing to plan these sort of experiences or events with you, whether it's concerts, whether it's going on a weekend hike, even if it's going on a weekend getaway, or it's just a simple date night. This person is putting in the amount of time that they are able to, but they want to begin to put much more time into this connection. I hope that that makes sense. And I feel like as far as what's on your person's mind, it's more of this sort of Band-Aid remedy of, like spending time together, doing things together, experiencing new things together, making new memories together, which is beautiful. But they're also trying to come up with something that's more so of a long-term fix that's going to allow for them to be in your life a lot more, or to be much more prevalent, maybe is the word, in your life than they currently have been able to be. I hope that that makes sense. When we get into also just the Ace of Wands, Six of Wands, King of Wands in general, there's a lot of chemistry, there's a lot of attraction, there's a lot of freshness or newness. And that freshness or newness brings me back to whatever it is that the two of you do together when it comes to experiencing things together, when it comes to exploring new things together. Because it seems like the two of you Like it's always fresh and interesting because of the fact that the two of you might do a lot of cool shit together or might try a lot of new things together. I also feel like there's, again, chemistry, there's interest, there's attraction, but this person really feels like you're their dream person. Okay, they really feel like there's something more that can be built here, but they know that they need to rectify whatever this busyness or hecticness is in their life before they're going to be able to properly devote or properly put their time, effort, and energy into this connection. You know, to me, it's kind of like they are doing what it is that they need to do in order to prioritize it the best that they can. But at times, maybe you're not satisfied with it. Or for me, I feel like what's coming up mainly is you might feel like this connection isn't going anywhere or that this connection isn't deepening in its level of commitment. I feel like your person does want that, but for the time being, it might continue to be these sort of band-aid remedies of like, let's go do this cool thing together, or let's go on this weekend getaway, or let's have a date night tonight. But it doesn't feel like for you that it's moving forward or moving on to that next step, although your person and you seem to want that for this connection. Overall, I hope that that makes sense. And the first card to jump out is invest. Okay, so invest. See if they're the one, spend time together. I feel like that is an issue at times within this connection. And I feel like the two of you are very capable of having open and honest conversations with one another. And that the two of you will be able to perhaps even work together to remedy the situation. Okay, make effort to get to know them. I feel like the two of you are making effort to get to know one another. I feel like the two of you are making an effort to spend more time together, etc. Like all of this are things that you guys are trying to overcome right now in regard to this connection. There's already, I feel, been an emotional investment built between the two of you. However, I will say, though, with all of this experiencing and exploring and newness and freshness, there is maybe even a need to just take it down a notch and truly spend time with one another. That maybe when it comes to this connection at times, and maybe this could be something that's on your person's mind as well as something that's been on your mind, maybe it doesn't always have to be an experience with one another. Maybe it's time to really it's like almost like maybe now it's time to really sit down and get to know each other. And it's not that there's not an emotional investment, and it's not that the two of you have not done that yet, but maybe there's a need for us to almost like dial it back a bit and begin to focus more so on building the foundation of the relationship for this connection. I don't know how much that will make sense with all of us, but I hope for some of us, there's something in there that makes sense. We have the exclusive card, which again to me is going to indicate that both of you very much so want this connection to move forward to the next step, but there does seem to be an issue when it comes to being able to spend or to devote time to one another. And the last card to jump out is the dragonfly. Be lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. Okay, so when it comes to that, I feel like this connection at times is already very lighthearted. I feel like this is somebody that you are exploring a romantic relationship, or you both have romantic interest in one another, but at times it's been really difficult to either become committed to one another or to move the connection along or to move forward to that next phase. And I feel like what's coming up for this connection and something that's been on their mind and something that I also feel like has potentially been on yours is wanting to change certain aspects of this connection so that the two of you are more so committed to one another and are able to spend more time together. Okay, I hope that this makes sense for those of us who it is meant for, and I hope that it brought some insight and some clarity into what is going on in this connection. Okay, to me, again, it seems as though your person's very busy. They might at times not have a lot of time, but they try to make sure that the two of you have a great time when the two of you are able to carve away some time for one another. I feel like both of you want to rectify and change and heal whatever is going on here as far as that being a major obstacle of this connection. And I feel like the two of you are moving forward toward and both want and see that same type of exclusive relationship with one another. I really hope that that makes sense. Thank you so, so, so much, Pile 3, for allowing me to read for you today. And I hope that everybody has a wonderful day.